Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, trailer's about over. You almost ready?
Yes, sir.
Get this up. All right, welcome sports fans. Welcome back to Twitch. This is Sea Raptor here. We are bringing you week 1 of King of the Sea, the North American group stage, as we start wading through the various teams that have signed up to compete for the title of King of the Sea here in our first cross-server tournament with the EU guys. Joining me here, I have Lord Zath. Zath, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just looking forward to my first time streaming and broadcasting and covering a match and being on the opposite side of the game.
Yes, I'm stoked to have you here. I'm glad. I've been having fun doing your YouTube thing with you. That's been a lot of fun, and now we get to do some live casting, I guess, of actual games rather than looking at replays.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different story. I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot more commenting on positioning and a lot more just off the cuff. What the hell is going on?
Absolutely. Well, I'm really looking forward to this for a variety of reasons. The first is that we've got a lot of new blood, right? I mean, this coming out of Warship Supremacy season 5, which finished, I guess, back in mid-November. We had quite a few teams there. I think we have 12 in each brand, 12 in each league, I believe. So we had 36 teams. We had like 49 sign up for this tournament, and you've got some teams that were in Supremacy that aren't here, and vice versa. So we've probably got quite a bit of new blood here participating. It's going to be awesome. This will be a lot of folks' first taste of competitive warships. We're probably going to see some procedural snafus along the way as teams kind of figure that sort of things out about the rules. But certainly going to see some new strategies, some new team compositions, and hey, for the first time in my experience, Tier 10.
Yes, and an important thing to note too about this season is it's the first season in Supremacy League with the smoke nerf as well. So battleships can't just sit in smoke and pew pew away.
Right. Well, that actually came in part way through last season.
That's true.
It did, and I remember I had kind of a spiel about it the week it happened, and yet for the cruisers and everything, very minimal impact. But definitely for the battleships, you started to see more. When the battleships would smoke, they kind of had to play it more cagey, right? Had to be smarter about what they were doing, and how long they were in there, and so on and so forth. So
Now, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Supremacy League, this is 9 versus 9, Tier 10. Two battleships and one carrier are permitted as max, right?
that is correct. One carrier, two battleships, Tier 10, 9v9. So this will be nice because traditionally in Tier 8 Supremacy, all the previous seasons we've had, there's been a lot of battleships, right? Normally, you typically see 3 battleships on a side. So we're going to start to see a lot more flexibility, I think, with there probably more cruisers in play. And of course, some of the Tier 10 cruisers are just fantastic ships. We saw that in clan battles. Hindenburg, Moskva, used correctly, are just brutal, excellent ships. You started to see later in the clan battle season, we saw people make effective use of Zao, which I would not have called at the beginning of the season. So it's people have kind of honed some of these team compositions a little bit, I think, through clan battles, gained some experience with Tier 10, and we're going to see how they play that now. We're adding carriers into the mix.
Right. Now, don't forget Des Moines and Minotaur. Those might be interesting picks, and Henry as well.
I would love to see somebody play Minotaur in this format.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be today. We'll see.
I hope so. Well, let's get to it here. Game 1 up in just a few minutes is going to be APOC and STW. Of course, these are familiar teams to basically anybody who's familiar with Supremacy League. Both of these teams have been in Gold Division for quite some time. And Zath and I, of course, have played with the APOC guys. Zath as recently as last season, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm also pretty familiar with the STW players, having played quite a bit with them for a bit, and helping them run their one-year celebration tournament over the summer. So I know a bunch of them quite well.
Excellent. Excellent. Hang on one sec. I've got a bit of an audio thing I'm trying to work through here momentarily.
No worries. For those of you guys who are new to this, APOC has been around since the beginning of Supremacy League. So they've got the experience as far as the team is concerned, as far as working together, getting through it. STW is newer to the scene. They've got an awful lot of players. They've got a pretty good core of competitive players, but they lack the experience of being a cohesive team. That being said, if I recall correctly, STW came out in 4th or 6th place of clan battles, so they definitely got some cohesive experience there. APOC also finished up there in the Typhoon League too.
Absolutely. STW, I believe, didn't they just edge us out in Kraken? Didn't they finish in 4th?
STW did, I think, yes.
Right, yeah. So STW finished in top 5 in clan battles, so they've certainly got the experience with tier 10 under their belts. They had a rough season 5 in the gold division. Of course, gold division, different format, still 9v9, but down at tier 8. They were 1-11 last season. Did not make the playoffs. A bit of a rough time, but we know the quality of these guys, so I'm expecting a good, solid match. The one thing that I have to hit on before we get too far into this, though, tier 10 carriers, and of course, the recent buffs to Midway have made her, certainly in randoms, she is a terrifying force to behold. Zath, I want your opinion. Do you think we're going to see American carriers in competitive play finally?
Until the Midway fighter nerf, yes.
Okay, yeah, they announced that this week that they're gonna scale Midway's fighters back to tier 9 at some point in the not too distant future.
Once that happens, I think it'll be very interesting to see, do you go AS Hakuryu or do you keep the Midway?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, for years in Supremacy, we've seen AS Shokaku, right? The extra fighters, the extra spotting. Of course, the bombers make great scouts as well. Once you dump their bombs, they're very fast. They can't really be caught by the enemy fighters. I'm going to be really curious to see not only which carriers get taken, but how these teams use them.
Well, and that's the thing, it took a lot of teams a long time to understand that maximum anti-air builds were the way to go. So we'll see if that happens in this case. You've got the tier 8 torpedo bombers in the Midway versus, I think they're tier 10 torpedo bombers on the Hakuryu. That's a bit of a difference.
Very much so, especially when you put them next to the tier 8 torpedo bombers on Midway. Of course, Midway, more planes, deeper reserves than some of her lower tier counterparts, and even so, those tier 8 planes may die, but there's lots of them. I'm also curious to see how people, like, one of the things about clan battles, I ran a lot of Hindenburg. I love my Hindenburg. And but in clan battles, no CVs, you never had to worry about taking defensive fire. As a Hindenburg player in this format, I don't know which way I would jump, because that sonar is really good, but defensive, like if you kick your Hindenburg out for defensive AA, it can be really sexy.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I just got a note from Sneaky. The room is up, so why don't you and I tab over to the game real fast and get kind of plugged in there?
Yep, I'm taking a look right now. I'm trying to find the room.
Should be he said Das Boots the originator.
Aha!
I'll go search for it.
Found it.
There it is.
Oh, and there's all those familiar faces.
That's right.
Now I am on STW side, correct?
Correct.
All right. Apologize for the clankiness of the mechanical keyboard, but everyone says it's good, so.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I have to take a tier 10 ship? No.
Hold on.
Where's my tier 1 ship? Hold on. Something's wrong here. Why is this not working? My trailer's not playing. Can you pick your Erie? I can't pick my Erie.
No, it only lets me pick a tier 10.
All right, my trailer just started.
Roger
guess-
that. Now, wait.
You running yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on. I think I think Boot's got to change his setting. Let him fix it here.
Got it.
I apologize, guys. This is the first season that any of us have ever done this with the actual, like, the new in-game training room. So give us a minute. There we go. Okay, he just changed the room settings to fix it up. Okay, you should be able to pick your Eerie now.
Yep. Eerie is chosen.
Yep. And for me as well. Hey, it was Zampy. I didn't know Zampy was playing with these guys.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, this will be good.
Yeah. Now, for those of you guys following along my stream and Raptors, we are choosing not to start actually displaying the game until the game loads, simply
Yes.
just to try to keep it as fair as possible. You don't know anything about ahead of time. You don't see any of the chats, getting things set up. We're all old friends here, so you know we're doing some of the comments that probably shouldn't go live on stream.
Well, and this is something that I started doing partway through last season of Supremacy just because it's cleaner, right? I mean, there's no need to show everybody all the back end stuff. It's just like they're here to see the games, right? So let's show them the game. All right, here we go. Speaking of which, round one coming up. Let's hope this worked. This will be my first time dropping in the new training room. So let's see if the spectator thing works. We should be able to just ram each other. This should just should spawn well over to the side of the map and just crush each other. Yes, this seems to be working.
I think so.
Ooh, this is gonna be exciting, Zath. Check out the team lineups.
Yeah, look at all the rank 1s.
Oh no, but look at the carriers. We're just having this conversation on carriers.
Midway versus Haguryu. Yep.
Midway versus Sakuryu.
And 3 is
So-
a pretty good carrier player, and
We haven't-
Spectre.
Yep, so just as an FYI, I know you guys can't see it yet, we'll talk through team lineups real fast. APOC has elected for a midway for their carrier. Their battleships are Montana Conqueror. They've gone double Hindenburg Zhao, and they are running triple destroyer, gearing, and 2 Gorozovoy.
I wonder what they're packing.
I can't imagine.
And there you are, and you're about to get the cool boom flag rammed into your face.
Let's get this done.
Oh, this is so exciting. So on the STW side, we've got Hakuryu, Montana, Des Moines, triple Hindenburg, and only 2 destroyers.
Okay, all right, one other tip I'll give you, Zath, to start off. Go a lock onto your friendly carrier. Sometimes that helps with some of the sync issues before you start panning around with the camera.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And then let the camera go and do whatever. All right, here we go. Tier 10 action. I'm stoked.
Now, to lock on the carrier, you just... there we go. Got it.
There you go. Okay. All right, so on the APOC side of the house, we are sending Gear and Grozovoy. Looks like they are... looks like the Grozes, we got 1 Grozovoy going C, 1 Gearing going B, 1 Grozovoy going A. The rest of the team, it looks like we're sending Conqueror Hindenburg Zhao to A, and Montana Hindenburg heading towards the east. What's STW's deployment looking like?
Well, we see a Gearing and a Hindenburg. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with my screen right now. There we go. A Gearing and a Hindenburg are both heading towards CCAP. Montana heading towards CCAP. Des Moines, Hindenburg going towards CCAP. And we see a small splinter group heading towards A, Gearing, Hindi, and Montana.
So they're not sending anybody to B at all.
No, interestingly enough.
Well, they've only got 2 destroyers, so this is a I won't say a quirk. This is that's what I'm looking for. Result of their team composition. By going 2 destroyers, they are only really allowed to contest 2 caps early. It looks like they're going to set the DM. I see the Des Moines now. He's spotted on our side of the map. Looks like he's going to set up near B.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of early fighter action there as the fighters scaring each other off. Not really any shots fired that I could see.
Now, the big thing in Supremacy League, a lot of people like to follow the torpedoes, the guns, and all that, and I think it's much more important to be looking at the positioning. Where are the ships setting up, and where are they
Absolutely.
going?
I usually start the game on map mode until battle kind of really starts to get engaged.
That's an interesting idea.
All right, so Revan at B in his gearing has kind of reversed into the cap. He's got a little bit of cover. He's capping from behind an island. And Mega Dude on the bottom end of C is capping that one for APOC now. Doesn't seem to be spotted.
Nope, and looks like Fugak's torpedoes are going to be detected here.
Boot camp here on about half health early in his Hindenburg. Must have taken a big hit when he got spotted by something.
Oh, wow. I see him over there. Must have been the Montana.
Probably. We know. B-ball man Greg's got good aiming sense with those guns.
Yeah. When we look at the players, I know Funswarden is pretty good. Although he usually mans a destroyer, so it's kind of interesting seeing him in a battleship. B-ball man Greg in the Montana doing good work, and yeah, he's got his guns looking right at boot camp.
All right, so based on what I'm seeing at C, it looks like Zampy is contesting C. I saw a bunch of torps over there, a bunch of 5 sets. Mega Dude still in smoke in the bottom end of that cap. APOC here with the early jumping out to a quick 2-cap lead. Of course, it's still early, not many points off of the back of that just yet, but definitely getting their destroyers in, getting work done.
Well, yeah, and they're contesting C, and they're about to cap C, so they're about to get all 3 caps versus STW. It seems like they kind of don't know how to respond here. Greg is being burned to smithereens. He's down to half now, and boot camp, as we see, is healed back up to about, what, 2/3? So
yeah, Boots popped at least one of his heals there.
I'm not
health
quite...
advantage, relative health advantage definitely going to STW. APOC's given up quite a bit of health on some of their ships to work this cap advantage, but they're about to jump out to a 100-point lead. There's one of STW's gearings just spotted north of C. Mega Dude still parked in the bottom end of C, just camped out there. Probably waiting to see if he can get eyes on that gearing. Nope, turning on the engines now and leaving. You know what? I just realized I'm an idiot. Zampy is not on a Shimakaze. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know why I thought he was. I'm so used to seeing him play Shimakaze at tier 10.
Yep, he is playing gearing. And apologize for those watching my stream. This is my first time trying to live move around, and it just isn't working right. So I think I'm going to have to just lock on to various ships and watch from that angle.
So APOC here jumping out to about a 150-point lead with about 5 minutes gone on the back of all 3 caps. The STW destroyers either not able or not willing to get in and contest or pick up a cap.
Well, and like you mentioned at the beginning, going to destroyer really gives up an awful lot of vision.
It does, absolutely, and control. I mean, we've seen it already. They've kind of surrendered control of the map early on. They're not going to be able to get into B anytime soon. Their destroyers are on the wings, although the last reported position that I have for Zampy looks like he might have been headed towards B. But Fugak over here at C is still camped out around the north end. Now, this is interesting. I just realized that Spectre is Strike Hakuryu. I see 3 torpedo bombers. So Mega and his Grozaboy, seeing those torpedo bombers coming in, immediately pops his DF and starts shredding those guys.
Yep. There goes one squadron.
Yep, one squadron down. As
Fugak
yep.
I don't know. This is going to be interesting. He's going to be shot at by 3 people.
He's into C, but he is spotted. He's got Montana, Hindenburg, and Grozaboy in Mega's position. He has no shots on him. And there's Zampy moving into B as expected. Spotted briefly.
Yeah, they've got to do something.
STW down now almost 300 points. 7 minutes into the game as they are trying to wrest some map control from APOC. Mega Dude now getting tag teamed. Looks like Zampy's, Spectre Mage going for the cross drop here. Mega gets one squadron completely. He's going to take at least one torp there. No, he dodges him.
Yep, he dodged.
Wow, what a great dodge by Mega Dude and his Grozavoid. That ship does not handle all that well either.
No, but Mega does things with destroyers.
Yes, he does. Well played, sir. Now, by forcing him out, though, that is going to allow Fogak to eventually pick up C for STW. They'll be picking up their first cap here in a minute. Zampy looks like he's going to pick up B, but, you know, if I'm APOC, I don't see a big rush at this point. I'd start focusing some ships down. Like, you've got a 300-point lead. You don't need a cap.
Absolutely. And you need to... This is one thing that I've seen APOC struggle with in the past sometimes is basically punishing a push. And that's what they need to do right now. They need to punish somebody hard on the STW team.
Well, I tell you, these forces that have swung through A are doing a good job pushing Vermicelli and B-Ball Man away.
Yes.
And both of those guys are on about half health. They're under kind of continual fire here from at least 2 or 3 different ships. So I suspect over the next 2 or 3 minutes, they'll end up getting at least one of those guys. It's going to be tough for it not to happen.
Zampy managed to dodge some torpedoes, but we see the Tor Bombers are coming back in. Looks to me like the Midway is doing quite fine against the Hakuryu, huh?
Yep, but it looks like oh, the Des Moines is right there. Yeah, Zampy's well under the cover of his friendly Des Moines there. That torpedo strike was almost doomed to failure from the beginning. But at least they know now he's not in the cap circle.
Yeah.
So now, is this Revan? Yep, Revan now south of B will probably be able to rotate back to the exact same position that he capped from early and contest B again if he wants.
It is kind of disappointing. This Des Moines has basically camped this island north of B the whole time. It's almost like he's unwilling or unsure about leaving. And that's unfortunate because you're taking one ship out of the game, essentially.
Yeah. STW narrowing the gap now to about 250 points. There have been no kills yet as we approach the halfway mark of the match, but APOC still has a pretty solid lead, especially now with both Sneaky Snake for his Grozavoy and Revan's Gearing ducking into B to contest. Somebody on STW is going to have to do something pretty quickly, or that is not likely to change.
Yep, I do not like how the STW group is all clumping up north of B and C.
Well, APOC's kind of hurting them in that direction.
Yes,
look
they
at
are.
the map, you've kind of got this line of ships on a diagonal running from the Zhao on the northwestern end all the way down to the Hindenburg, Electric Zing's Hindenburg on the southwestern end, southeastern end.
There also hasn't been any communication. Obviously, they're in voice comms, but there's no map pings. There's no like, you know, F3 like focus fire. You know, definitely something that I'd like to see in a competitive environment. Even though you're all voice chat and you're like, you know, hey, shoot the Zhao, ping it, you know, so that people know where it is.
Now here comes Spectre Mage with the Tort Bombers to try and do something about these destroyers in B, but it looks like Sneaky Snake just pops his DFAA. Between that and the Gearing AA, these Torpedo Bombers are probably not going to be long for the game.
Oh, yeah.
6 dead already.
Yep,
and
they're gone.
Now they're out. That Destroyer A, that Grozavoy A is just punishing. APOC picks up B, of course. Now moving out to, again, working back towards that 300-point lead they had earlier. You know, right now... Go ahead, Zath.
I was going to say, you got the Zhao and the Hindenburg on the flank and the Conqueror. I mean, I would almost, in this situation, I would be like, guys, we got to get out of here. We have to push someplace. And the Zhao and Hinden might be the weak link here to push. Now we see clicking.
Yeah, but their battleships are not in a position to do anything. That Montana, they got one Montana in C and one Montana just like in between B and C.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while before they can push a battleship over there. APOC just doing a really good job with map control right here and kind of hurting STW where they want to keep them.
We got a big push coming into B now. Looks like the Des Moines has decided to do something.
Yes, he has. He is out. Zampy's over there on his right flank. DM is out from behind cover now, so let us see if he can do something. Trading shots now with Sneaky Snake's Grozavoy as Sneaky retreats back towards A, and a little bit of Conqueror cover. Revan is kind of caught out here, though. I don't know that he's got a good place to escape to. If he reverses, he's got Fun Wardson and Invader Zim looking right down the channel at him.
Yep, and there's Mega too.
Yep, Mega's right behind him. leaving a torp present for the Des Moines.
I'm sure he is.
It looks like somebody, Fugak is in smoke there in the channel between B and C. We can't see him, we just know he's there. Mega taking some fire. He must be radared there by the DM.
I don't think so.
Hard to say, maybe not. This torpedo's gonna hit, I think.
No.
Nope, Tada's gonna dodge them all. But STW realizing they have to make some kind of play, and here they go.
I don't like this though. Now he's being proxy spotted by Revan. Well, he was.
Now they do get a torpedo strike on Revan in B.
Yep, that's what they needed.
Zampy now, yep, they needed that kill. Zampy now capping B on the top end as STW closes the gap to about 200 points. STW drawing first blood here on Warrior's Path.
Only took him 12.5 minutes.
This is tier 10, man. Ships don't die easy or hard or easily, let's say. Sheesh.
Especially not in a competitive environment. In a situation where you're too afraid to trade your damage.
Yep. Now Mega's in kind of a tough spot here. He's only on about 3K. He's got a Des Moines, a Montana, and a Gearing, like right up his rear.
Oh, I see him.
I don't. Yeah, I think they've spotted him now. Yeah, he's going to be out right here. There he goes. So APOC's map control possibly costing them here. Their first two of their destroyers gone. Their lead down to about 100. Well, less than 100 points now, as STW picks up B.
I wonder if this is going to end up being a throw. This is interesting.
I don't know. Cleo takes some big torpedo hits over there in his little position between A.
Oh,
but he pops that ridiculous Conqueror heal.
Get a new ship. Oh, Greg takes down Boot Camp. That's huge.
That is huge, because Nats flips the lead now. APOC, once with a commanding lead, now down 30 points and falling farther behind on the back of 3 quick STW kills here on Warrior's Path.
It's interesting Zampy's not even bothering to move while he's... Oh, there goes Verm.
Yep. APOC bags their first kill as Vermicelli goes down, and there goes Cleo's Conqueror as well to flip the lead back to STW. 5 minutes to play here.
Tyrell's
STW
looking pretty
with
low.
about a 50-point lead. Yeah, Tyrell's pretty low. He's either on fire or flooding. I can't tell which. He's taking some damage while he repairs. He's on fire while he repairs.
It's gonna take some lucky torpedoes, I gotta say, by Sneaky Snake in order to really change this.
Look at those torps. I don't think that's going to happen. He torped the smoke, but the Des Moines is not there, and Funwartson is not turning that way. Those Grozavoy torps are not going to do them any good.
Yep.
There goes
nice kill by Greg.
B-Ball Man bags Tyrael, yep.
And that's all she wrote.
The APOC now without both their battleships and 3 ships down a cap, and falling further behind on points. Wow. I'm a little surprised at this. I thought they had a really good board position. They had a solid lead, but then STW just pushed the guys from C through that gap straight into B, backed it up adequately.
Yep.
I have to admit, I felt like Revan hung out at B too long. Once he and Sneaky capped, he probably should have bailed, because once that Des Moines came out from cover, he was dead. He had nowhere to go.
Oh, Fugak takes a torpedo up the butt.
Ooh, he's down to 700 HP. Will they be able to get him? Got shells coming in.
Oh, bad turn, Fugak. He's going to go down.
30 HP. Will they get him? He slowed down.
Oh, barely. Just barely missed it. Wow, hats off to you, sir.
Are they going to get him? Nope.
No damage penetration.
He pulled the handbrake.
Oh.
They get him. It's luck. There, it's luck. They get him. Sneaky bags him. Badly needed points by APOC, but they are still 100 points down and falling further behind as they try to salvage this game. A little less than 4 minutes to play here on Warrior's Path.
Zing's going down.
Kill. Yeah, Zing will be out here momentarily. They've probably got him spotted. 1 random shell is all it'll take.
Or not.
Maybe he's not spotted.
Now, what I don't
know
get...
where Zampy is. I don't think they can see him now.
What I don't get now is why the Hawk... Where's his planes?
Yeah, it's a good question. I haven't seen his planes in forever.
I wonder if he's out.
I don't know. Now, Zing is still alive on about 600 HP, but the only healthy ship that APOC really has, if Spider here on is Zao on the north flank, and then Sneaky. Sneaky's here in his Grozavoy between A and B, headed into B. I don't think this is a good idea. Spider's going to be out momentarily. I'm sure the Montana's looking at him.
He's about to take a torp.
About to take torp.
Doink.
Yep. Nope. Gearing. Yep. Stampy doing work with the torps again. We know how good he is. That should seal the deal here for APOC. STW needing only about 28 points here to seal a victory in game 1.
I do like, real quick comment, Greg is low, and he's been rotated back to C-Cap behind that Hakaru.
He just kept retreating.
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
Now, Fun is on the front. He can afford to take a lot of punishment. Even a full torp from Sneaky probably won't kill him.
Looks like Sneaky's going in to try and get this last-minute kill on Fun. Let's ride with him. See how this goes. He's there go the torps. He's smoking to try and not die, but I think he's about to eat it. Oh! Wow,
Gone.
What a salvo from Funwardson. The actual salvo didn't kill him, but the one secondary shell did.
Well, I gotta say, I did my part in this game. I did just under 5,000 damage, you know?
That's right. You and I definitely did our part there.
All right, viewers, thanks for watching. I do apologize for the lack of camera control. I'm going to try to talk that through with Raptor, maybe find out what's going on.
All right, excellent game. That was fun to watch. That was good.
Absolutely.
The midway. Now I'm looking at the post-action screen here. It's noticeable to me that 3FM carrier with the midway, only 14 plane kills. That seems on the low side for me. I realized that these guys are both working hard. You know, it's not easy to play carrier, but for those fighters, I'm just really surprised. Now, it did feel like that Spectre like disappeared. Maybe he disconnected. I don't know. We hadn't seen his planes for a while.
Yeah, well, he just did Spectre Mage things. But from my experience in Supremacy, the carriers rarely are the ones that shoot down the most planes. It's usually a destroyer with DFAA or a cruiser with DFA. And look at the Des Moines. Look at 28 plane kills just sitting there at B-Cap, basically saying, "You shall not pass."
You got it.
And then look at Mega Dude with 26. So I think it's interesting.
Mega fought off at least 2 torpedo strikes from Spectre Mages, 3 torpedo bombers, and we know that Grozovoy's egg is just nasty given the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and I think I would imagine that they are full anti-air build, so you got to be careful over on those guys. Can't discount Russian bias. All right, now we are within we have 10 minutes between matches, correct?
Yes, there should be about 10 minutes between games, and we'll have to see what these guys do. It looks like with the new training room, like I'm back in the lobby, I'm still in the training room. I think they can just change the map, and we don't even have to leave.
Oh, okay. I exited the training room, but I can go back in.
Yeah, I exited the game. I'm back in the same training room. I think we don't even have to change. It's kind of handy, actually. Next map being Sea of Fortune. Blessedly, this is traditional 3-cap Sea of Fortune, as opposed to that abomination that we play in clan battles and in ranked.
Oh, God, yeah. Actually, you know what? To be honest, I don't mind it that much.
I think I'll like it better when people have a better idea how to react to it. Right now, there's so many players that just look at it, oh, they freak out. They don't know what to do, right? So, yeah, this is awesome. So we're still in the training room. Bootcamp just updated the map, so we don't even have to leave the training room. This is sweet. Kudos to Wargaming for giving us a proper training room interface.
Yep, I'm coming back in then. Okay.
What do you think we're going to see here on Sea of Fortune? Do you think either team is going to change their destroyer lineup on the basis of that first game result?
Oh, I think we're going to see STW possibly taking a third destroyer. Um, I think
I don't know, man.
APOC's
That worked out for them.
it did, but I don't. I don't know. Personally, if I'm playing this, I'm not going to want to sit there and just watch and wait. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure that I want to make sure I've got the ability to dictate the way the game works and plays.
Right. Oh, hey, I just remembered. We have things to give away.
Oh yeah, we do.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, kids. Vast tagged me this morning. I did not know this at the time. Otherwise, I would have figured out something in advance. But I've got 10 codes to give away for little prizes. They're not much. It's 10 for the win camos, which you ordinarily can only get for the good behavior, and the Restless Fire flag, the Restless Fire permanent flag, which to my knowledge has not been available on the North Atlantic side of the ocean. Typically, it's only on the EU side. That's the only place I've ever seen them give it away. So I've got 10 codes. Here's what we're going to do, and I should have done this before game one. I got to figure out how this is going to work. I got to get me a pad and paper or something. What I want you to do before the game starts, while we're sitting here jibber-jabbering, go into Twitch chat. I want you to tell me who you think is going to win game 2. Just say it right there. Tag me with it. Type @CRaptor, and then give me an APOC or an STW. And then I'm going to write them all down hopefully I'm going to try and write them all down. This is probably going to fail, guys. I apologize if this fails, but I'm going to try this. Write them all down, and then I'll just do a quick random roll when the game's over and give away one of the codes. Okay? We'll give that a shot. Do me a favor, Zath, and talk a few minutes while I go grab something to write with, because I'm going to need it.
Okay. What do you want me to talk about, sir?
I don't know. Talk